Just going to cut across there. Just to make sure we don't hit anything, because there's a truss 50mm off this wall, and sometimes there could be pipes or wires tacked to it. So yeah, and in this instance there is some wires there, so could have gone up in the loft to check, but because I put the roof on, I pretty much know what's going on up there. So just carefully cut the rest of that round. Lovely. Excellent. Yeah, so you see, basically, the chimney up here is 250mm wide, 260mm wide, so I brought the edge of this hole to 250, and then I know, look, you can see up there, you need to see there, look, we've got that end truss with a couple of wires, so we know even if there was a pipe clipped to that, we wouldn't hit it. So when we put the ducting, here you can see is the chimney, look, is 260mm, stands 260mm off the wall, so when we put this ducting in, it'll still be covered. So yeah, brilliant. So nearly done the cooker hood now. Too much. Lovely. Excellent, right, there's no point filling the chimney part because I've got to take it off because the sparky's got to still come and connect it, so but that's pretty much the simple case of just dropping it on. It's made of two parts. You just put one bottom part goes on and this part sits in and telescopes up and fixes, simply fixes through a couple of screws with these little holes here into that bracket up top there. So that's another job pretty much done. I know it looks a bit unfinished, but I say easy to finish that now. Right, here we are. I've got everything I need to finish now. As you can just see here, the worktops are in. I'll show you those in a bit. Still can't put the chimney round the cooker hood because the sparky hasn't come to connect that up, so that may not get done. What else have we got here ready to go? So, replacement door. This is to replace the damaged door for the dishwasher, so that can go on. Plinths to go on. What I've had to do here, just quickly talk you through, is we've only got 20mm quartz worktops here, and if we just have a quick look under the hob here, you can clearly see that the sort of guts of the hob drops down quite a long way from where the sort of worktop level is, and consequently what it did, this let's say this sort of body of the hob here, what it did was hit the, where is it from? So what I'm doing here, it is over here, look. What it actually did is hit the top of the drawer here. So what I've had to do is drop these runners down. You can see that was the original hole, so I've dropped the runners down 18 mil, so it's still enough to clear the top of this drawer front here. But what that's enabled that to do is that whole drawer can now drop down to accommodate, so I'm spinning around here, to accommodate obviously this the body of this hob. The only other thing I've got to do, which I've done, is again, you can look here, it's not ideal. I've had to drop the brackets for the drawer front down a little bit, so you can just see there, look, you can just see part of the old hole there, but it's not too visible, hopefully. That'll be fine. So, get the door on, get these plinths on. I'll just quickly mention what these clamps are doing here. And what we don't do on these oven housings here is get there's normally a front rail that fits in here, and we don't get that fitted because basically cut most of it off. So what this company does is it sends a little loose sort of trim piece across the front here, and all I've done there is put some adhesive on that and stuck that in. It just gives the drawer something to finish back to, a tiny bit of additional support for this bit of stone here. But yeah, that's what that is. Oh, sorry. One of the downsides of being a carpenter and not a filmmaker or videographer, I turned the camera off when I thought it was on. What I've done, just putting these brackets on the back of this dishwasher panel, and what I've actually done is taken a series of measurements and put the plates in place. What I do is counter drill them with this little 2mm drill bit here, then just start them off with the impact wrench, impact driver, but don't put them all the way because you really only have got sort of one chance, certainly on these top posts here. So start them off with the impact driver and then obviously just finish them off with a hand screwdriver. So that panel is ready to go onto the dishwasher now. All right, just check I'm recording this time. So that should just drop on there. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be in the way there, but let's try our best. We've got to try and slot these little sort of clips into these slots at the bottom, but these sort of posts here have got to go into these little slots at the top. So let's see how we get on. I have to employ my foot and set it up, don't I? It's going to be in the way. Careful. Get that press, that should be on it. Yep, success, look at that. So now obviously, as I said before, the dishwasher's not fixed yet. So I'm going to lift that door up, fix it nice and centrally. So I'm going to lift this panel up, this fascia, fix it nice and centrally to the dishwasher door here. And then what we can finally do is bring the whole dishwasher unit in and out until it's nice and flush across the front here. Right, so I've got the dishwasher panel lined up. I've kept it up a few mil from the actual dishwasher door. I'm happy it's all nice and sort of square, central and parallel. So what we do now is there's some screws that we have to undo, and then what we do is we put some longer screws in, and you can see those, and they fix down through the dishwasher door into the front panel. So I think this is third one down, yep, and this one down the bottom here. You just take those little screws out. Obviously we know that the dishwasher panel's not going to fall off because it's kind of is slotted down onto the dishwasher door. So here we go, so there's one last little check just to make sure. And we'll put these longer screws in. Gently. Noisy, that's lovely. I think what I do is just keeping an eye down this side between the sort of edge of the panel and the edge of the dishwasher door. Yep, that's beautiful. Yep, this one as well. Where's that last one gone? Come on. Interesting, while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about my new friend in the north, Andy from the Gosforth Handyman. He's just done a kitchen, looks absolutely fantastic. I'm sure if you watch my videos, you'll watch his videos. Andy very kindly gave me a mention in one of his kitchen fitting videos. So this video is very, very similar to his, and he went into much more detail if you want to see how to fit an integrated dishwasher and door. It was slightly different in the way that it fitted to this one, but he's got a great video on his channel. So, you know, obviously, as I said, if you're watching me, you're probably watching him, but if not, you want a dedicated dishwasher fitting video, integrated dishwasher fitting video, check him out. So yeah, thanks very much, Andy, for that mention. That was really decent of you. So that's all in now, look. So that's on super solid. So now, as I said, what we can do, we've got to pull that unit forward a little bit because I haven't fixed it. And what you've got, you see here, the top, let's just see if I can release you there. You can see, look, the bottom is nice and flush, with the top sticking out a little bit. So what we can do, we've still got some adjustment on these legs, you see. So you have always got a bit of additional adjustment you can call on, even once the panel's fixed. So I'm just going to adjust those legs. I'll either, possibly, I think, they're quite tight on the top there already, look. You don't want to leave that too tight there, because if you ever need to get the dishwasher out. So you've got two choices here to bring that, I'll push that back in now, look. You've got two choices here to bring that top in or out. You can either pull the bottom legs up or down, or there's a central, look. There's a rear leg that's adjusted on and off, up and down off that screw there. So what I'll probably do there is just drop that back leg, and that will just drop that front in a little bit. But once that's done, I think, as I said in a previous video, we then just fix the dishwasher unit itself, gets fixed to the side panels through some little holes in here, and then they're covered over with these caps here. So yeah, that's nearly done. I should have mentioned what I'm going to do. This little M12 impact driver makes a lot of noise, you can probably hear, so don't really know if it sounds like it's massively over tightening, but it isn't. So I think I'm just going to double check, as usual. I'm going to double check these screws by hand, just to make sure that wants another half turn. So this is sort of all mouth and not so much trousers, this one, but it's definitely sort of little, nice little kitchen fitting driver. Yeah, so obviously again, you know, don't want to use anything too aggressive on those, because you don't want to rip them out, because you've only got one set of holes to go at. Right, lastly, I'm happy with the position of that. What I can do now, very gently without moving it, is just, I think, space. Don't want to move it around. Just got to put these two screws in the side here. Very straightforward, straight through there. One on this side. You're probably going to see that. Lovely, I'll just double check those with a hand screwdriver. Lovely. In here, find it. Come on, where is it? There it is. Yeah, just another half turn, and then just these little caps to go on. Beautiful. That is that. Excellent. Superb. Another job done. Nice. Ooh, come on. There we go. And then we should be able to just push that back. And that is that. Look at that. That's excellent. Just got that other return to do now and a bit under the dishwasher. Look at that now then. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Right, that's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's this kitchen done. There's a couple of bits I'm just not going to finish. The cooker hood chimney is the main one. I've got a bit of second fixing still to do in this bungalow, so hopefully when the Sparky connects it up, I'll be here and I can just drop that in for him. But yeah, that's it. A pretty simple kitchen really. Worktops on. We've got 20mm quartz here with a nice upstand. Tap's got to go in, obviously inset sink. That's lovely. Induction hob in there. Cooker above, as we say. Double cavity oven there. Again, the design was not really down to me. We've done what we've been asked to do. But yeah, so we've got quite a nice big kitchen space in here. The customer, they're going to have a big dining room table. So it is a lovely space, and later on, hopefully they're going to put a conservatory on there, so when this comes out it will be a really lovely space. You can see it's sort of mid-afternoon now and we've got some late summer sunshine beaming in here. So yeah, a couple of, what was that, 3 parts to that video and a couple of bits and bobs, fitting some Vorthsagel stuff. It's really nice gear. I quite enjoy doing kitchens actually, especially when the weather's a bit inclement outside. I mean, it's lovely today, but you know, I've had most of the summer, if you've watched any of my videos, thank you very much, been outside a lot doing roofs and stuff. It's really great, so lots of inside stuff now, jobs like this kitchen. So I hope you followed the videos that I've done. I know I've got quite a few kitchen fitting videos on my channel. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do any more kitchen fitting videos because all kitchens are different. I've got another big kitchen coming up on the 12 hip roof job that I'm doing, and that might be quite interesting. So I'll bring you some bits and bobs on that. And although a lot of them are the same, there's differences in lots of them which I can bring to you. So I hope you found it interesting, and as always, thanks for watching.